Hello, this is my design for a nearly beginner wooden table and wooden bench farm. It combines the power of a buffer and the generic backdoor loop in this case to create a really simple yet super effective farm. It's not perfect because it only uses one splitter instead of two, but the way that the buffer is timed and the way that the loop functions, it ends up being just about perfect for this amount of conveyors. I say backdoor because usually when you start a farm like this, you go pillars and then boxes and then you create your table and benches. But here, we just include the boxes at the beginning and we intend for the pillars to make it through the loop before turning into saws by running through the wood saw again and then making the boxes. So when you do make this farm, you will have to front load it with 25 pillars in both the table and the benches. And only once those are front loaded will the creation of your tables and benches be put into these two barrels. But besides that, you're just going to put all your logs and all your nails right here in this buffer, let it run, make sure it's filled with plenty of logs, and it'll just keep spitting out these tables and benches for you. And with that, we can just get straight into the build. Alright, so for this design, you're going to need one buffer, one wood saw, 3 carpenters, 2 splitters, 2 corners, 2 sorters, 2 conveyors, normal conveyors, and then 2 barrels. This will cost you around 20 nails, just raw nails, 18 pillars, 14 planks, and then 6 boxes, wooden frames. Alright, so we're going to start this off with the conveyor buffer and then work our way around to the storage barrels. So first we're going to put down this wood saw, face it the right way, and then that's going to go straight into a carpenter. Make sure it's set to wooden frames. And then we're going to split the carpenter into 2. And then right after that, put 2 corners. Both of these corners will each go right back into another carpenter. Make sure it faces the right way. Look at this corner. Make sure it faces the right way. Here's the other carpenter. So right now you have this anchor shape. And now is a little bit of a tricky part. You're going to grab your sorter, place it above, kind of like that. And we want to line this splitter on top. So you can see it's a little bit off. Maybe we have to push it over by 2 to get it. Perfect. And then make sure the splitter is not splitting, but instead joining. And now you're going to take that sorter and move it away by 1. Just like that. So it's purposely not going to be connected. You'll do the same thing for this side. Bang. Then you're going to set them both to pillar and make sure that they're going the right way. Bang. And then you're just going to grab your last 2 conveyors and make sure they lead all the way back to the buffer. Don't accidentally place it in the buffer like or right there like I just did. Bang. To check if this works, you can just buy a log, drop it, and instead of falling on here, it should go straight into the storage. Perfect. Okay, now we just need to place our barrels. Barrels can be a little bit specific. I would do it in one of these 2 spots. Actually, I'll do it one more way than that. Bang. So it's not on center. Same thing over here. Are these not lined up? Yeah, they're not. Oops. All right. Now everything looks like it's in place, and you should just be done after that. Make sure that you set this buffer to either 8 or 9 or 10. I just put mine on 9. Now we're going to paint it and load it with some logs so you see how it works. Okay, I just put a bunch of logs in. You can tell how full your buffer is with this meter right here. Get the logs going in and passing through this wooden frame carpenter because it doesn't need any pillars. And then that is going to front load both of these carpenters. And then once these are full at 25, then the extra pillars will pass through, get picked up, and be put back at the front of the system, where then they'll get turned into planks. And then the planks will make the boxes. And then the boxes will go back through and they'll craft the table or the bench. So now you just have to worry about keeping this guy full of nails and throwing in all your logs. You could throw in the nails too here. Everything can be put in right here. And then when you want to go to sell, just drive up your wagon, collect all your tables and benches, and boom, free money. Let's see if we can catch a box being made so you can see it go through. There we got pillars going through. You can see the boxes being crafted. This side is full. This side is full. So now the boxes are going to start coming through and start crafting your benches and tables. I hope that was easy enough. It's like the fewest amount of conveyors I can manage to do. Hopefully it's beginner friendly enough and easy enough to follow. Thanks for watching.